Hello everyone, welcome back to another brief analysis of a Euro 2012, talking about the first two quarterfinals that were pretty straightforward, I guess. Let's start with the first game, the Czech Republic against Portugal. I thought in the first half the Czech Republic played okay. I mean, they were up against a stronger team and they were pretty decent. They still passed the ball, they still managed to run behind the defense, but they didn't really manage to do anything with the ball. I think they only had like 2 shots in the whole game and none of it was on target, I think. And I guess it also didn't help that they conceded in the second half, sort of late in the second half, in the 80th minute or something, which means they didn't really have that much time to mount a counter-attack. But still, going into a quarterfinal, the way they played in the second half wasn't really good. They sat too deep and were too happy to defend. And I never think that defending is a good idea, simply because you're so much more likely to make a mistake in the game anyway, and if you're defending 100% of the time, then your mistakes will come from your defense. And the same thing for in an attacking sense. You saw how many shots on target Portugal had, and only 1 went in. So, no matter how good your defense is, if the opponent will always get a chance, if the opponent gets 20 chances, then they are likely to score. So Portugal, it was a decent game from Portugal. Quite a few shots. Weren't able to score early on, but hey, they still got the 1-0 victory, and that's all that really matters. Not so unfortunate for the Czech Republic. It was more or less a given, unless they could have held out until penalties, I'd say, and even then Portugal still looked better in attack, so I think the better team went through. I just, again, in the second half the Czech Republic really defended, as opposed to in the first half. I think they did okay. Not brilliant, but they did okay. But Portugal go through, and I'm looking forward to Portugal most likely facing Spain. That should be a good match. For the other quarterfinal, Germany versus Greece, that went on yesterday. Oh, Germany looked pretty damn good, even without Mario Gomez starting, which I thought would be a hindrance, and I think for the first half it was. You can see they really needed someone like Gomez, who would really, put his stamp on the attacking play and, score a goal. I thought Mesut Ozil, I really like Mesut Ozil anyway, ever since, we first saw him in the World Cup 2 years ago. I really like him anyway. I like when he plays for Real Madrid, although he kind of uses his left leg probably a bit too much. It'd be nice if he was a bit more two-footed, and it would also be nice if, he would score a bit more often. I know he scored for Real Madrid a bit, and he's also scored for his country, even in the World Cup. So he can do it. It's just, I guess a bit unfortunate this time around. He had 2 good chances in this game, but he didn't score. But that's okay. He's still an excellent player, a great player. I always tend to like midfielders that have creativity a bit more than attackers, even though they may score the goals. And if Ozil can increase his goal scoring ratio, that will be even more excellent. But aside from those two, I think Germany pretty much dominated the game. First half was terribly one-sided, and then they got their goal. I'm trying to remember, their goal was Philipp Lahm. Oh, that was a sweet strike. The curve on the ball to keep past the keeper. Although I will have to say the Greece's keeper looked really weak. It was like any shot from distance he wouldn't catch. He would just fumble it almost all the time, or just push it out for a corner or something. So it was like you had so many opportunities, and there was this one Germany player who was playing on the wings. I think it was Schüller or something like that, who had 6 opportunities, and he would cut in. He was playing on the left, and he would cut in on his right foot because he was right-footed, and then he would shoot, and he would shoot so many times, and he had like six attempted shots and only 1 on target, and that was terribly bad. I was a bit happy when he was substituted for Müller, because you should do better. That keeper looked really weak in dealing with long balls or shots from distance or even shots from close range. So it felt like a real missed opportunity from that dude, having always either shot wider over the bar. I mean, you know, I don't think you had to be that powerful in your shooting. I mean, the 2 Mesut Ozil chances that he basically shot straight at the keeper weren't that powerful, and yet the keeper still fumbled those. And so Schüller, or however you pronounce his name, should have done better. It was a bit too selfish for my liking. Having said that, the Germans, they were playing a bit like Spain. You know, they weren't really crossing the ball into the box much. Because there was only one attacker that tended to be in the box, which was closer to begin with, and then Gomez. And then the other was because some of the players aren't that tall, some of the midfield players. But even then, they have Khedira, and they have the Reyes played last night, who looks okay. He's not that tall, but they have Khedira definitely who can head. So I was a bit weird to see them not do a lot more direct crosses into the box in the first half, at least. In the second half, they did. I mean, they scored 3 of their goals, or was it 2? Yeah, 3 of their goals from crosses, basically, in the second half. It was a bit weird when Greece equalized. I think everyone was a bit, oh damn, on a counter-attack. And I have to admit that Germany's passing yesterday wasn't brilliant. There were quite a few of balls that were given away cheaply, which, you know, against a more quality side could really punish them. But Greece did have some speed on them, so that was at least one good thing about Greece, and they did score. But yeah, Germany have to do better with possession. If you're gonna lose it, just kick it out, you know, or play simple passes to your defender who's open, rather than try to be playing around with the ball too much. And think Schüller, or again that dude who played on the left wing, again was another party guilty. I think he was guilty for giving the ball away that led to the Greece goal. And then like I was saying, the three Germany goals in the second half, they came from crosses, you know. And then someone came in and, how would you say, cut the crosses. Well, the first 2 came from crosses, sorry. The last one wasn't really a cross. Last one was Mesut Ozil doing his normal brilliance, passing through ball. Excellent pass. Closer did really well. Unfortunately, he didn't score, but you know, he still did really well. He scored the 3rd goal anyway, so, which was a brilliant header, brilliant cross from Ozil. And the second goal was from Boateng, I think, crossing in Khedira, coming in finally into the box, helping out the other striker, which was what they should be doing anyway. No point having one striker in the box and getting a goal. And that also puts my point about how the keeper seemed weak, because it looked like he could have maybe reacted a bit better. I mean, the ball came straight at him. I know, you know, it's still hard, but I don't think that keeper was all that good. Great keepers can save almost impossible shots, and even that wasn't impossible. It was directly at him. But that's his performance. I'm judging his performance mostly on the whole 90 minutes, not just because of that one goal anyway. So, and the fourth goal, yeah, like I was saying, it was a brilliant pass by Ozil. Closest shot was blocked, but Reyes' shot follow up. Oh, that I thought if he had missed that, that would have been people would have been pissed off. But yeah, I think I'm happy that Germany are through. Oh, and yeah, Greece got a penalty at the end, some weak ass penalty that they scored. Yeah, so they got 2 goals actually. Yeah, but still Germany went through 4-2. Pretty brilliant playing. I think the second half was more direct with some crosses. The first half had 1 or 2 really good passing chances that really looked fluid and awesome, one-touch passing. But they didn't score from those situations, which is a bit sad. But overall, happy that Germany and Portugal are through. And tonight we start off our 2 harder quarterfinal games. Spain against France. I still kind of expect Spain to go through. France have punched below their weight, I think, in this tournament. And although at least Spain don't have big, strong players like Sweden do. And then tomorrow England against Italy, which should be another interesting match, fascinating match. So I'm looking forward to all of that. Hope you guys stay tuned for more if you enjoy this. See you next time.